I'm moving on. I'm like Tracy. It's Sunday. You ain't taking my joy, and which is funny because you're not taking my joy. Let's talk about Kyrsten Sinema.
Oh gosh.
I like Kirsten. Oh, big head self.
Kyrsten Sinema has decided that she's dropping away from the Democratic Party and becoming an independent. So let's listen to the whys and high, including from Sinema herself.
Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema's decision to leave the Democratic Party stunned the political world.
You know, a growing number of Arizonans and people like me just don't feel like we fit neatly into one party's box.
Excuse us, guys.
Sinema's move makes her a crucial wild card, forcing both parties to compete for her support, especially in a narrowly divided Democratic-controlled Senate, secured after the party's win in Georgia this week.
51.
Her colleagues are publicly holding their fire.
That I don't think it's going to greatly change the way the Senate is working right now.
And Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said Sinema can hold on to her committee assignments. But privately, some Democrats are upset about her bolt from the party and worry she will further water down the Biden agenda.
I'm not worried about folks who may not like this approach.
Along with West Virginia centrist Joe Manchin, Sinema has at times been a challenge for the Biden White House, scrambling their attempt to pass sweeping voting rights legislation and siding with Republicans on some tax policies. Sinema is up for re-election in 2024, and several Democrats are eyeing bids against her. But by declaring her independence, she could avoid running in a Democratic primary and hope Republicans and moderates vote for her. Some Democrats in the state are outraged, and the senator's former campaign communications director called her defection a slap in the face.
She simply announced today what many of us have known for years, that she's not a true Democrat.
Right now, the two longtime independent senators routinely vote with the Democrats, but Senator Sinema's record could make her hard to predict. Nora.
Robert Costa, thank you so much.
So Susan said this way before the show even started. And I don't know enough about
Ruben Gallego
enough to make any comments. So if anybody wants to jump on this, feel free.
My thing with him is, well, not him. I don't care about him. Kyrsten is doing what Kyrsten was going to do. All right. And she's been consistent her whole time. Like we blow it all out of proportion, but she's literally been goofy like her whole time. And I found the part that was really hilarious when they said, well, she's not a true Democrat. Shut your ass up. That's actually a mark in her favor that she's not a true Democrat, because the problem with both of y'all is y'all like to walk in lockstep. Now, my problem with Kyrsten is that she was sent by her voters to be a Democrat. So if she's going to change parties, then what I would love to know, even though I think I already know the answer, is did you have a series of town halls and have questionnaires and feedback coming directly from your voters about your intention to switch party affiliations? Because, see, they sent you to do a job. And so you are now changing how you want to do the job. You should have went back to the same people who hired you to say, I want to change my job description. I bet she didn't. I bet she went to her donors and she went to her consultants and she made her decision. That's where I have a problem with her. But other than that, I don't really care. It's cool. Democrats ain't my party, no way, because they've delivered on a lot of things that are important. The Build Back, no, they didn't get that. The child tax, oh wait, no, they took that back. The infrastructure, oh yeah, they had a lot of time delays on it. But anyway, they've done some important things and said some really nice things. And they did manage to push to get the Defense of Marriage Act done, which was good. But yet again, I keep hearing my dear brother and mentor Malcolm X in my head saying, and now they get around to you. You put them first, black people. You put them first. They put you last. Still can't get the John Lewis Act passed. Still ain't figured out how to help protect us with our voting rights. You say a few things. You allowed for about 3 weeks. Then you got real quiet. So what about us? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this ain't a takeaway from none of the good stuff that's happened. But what about us? So that's why I'm looking at Kyrsten and Joe Manchin giving y'all the blues. And I'm like, I don't give a rat's ass. Y'all been playing games with them. They playing games with you. And
not much is going to change. She voted for what, all 81 of Biden's judge choices. She's still going to be mostly in step. It's not much is going to change.
Only thing she departs from the party on is economic stuff.
And
that's the only place
rights.
she steps away at.
And voters' rights. Don't forget,
well, they all flaked on her.
They all.
Yeah.
She just wanted the attention.
Yep.
We wasn't talking about her. We was talking about Raphael Warnock's victory, and she said, "Oh no, I'm gonna stop this real quick. I'm gonna announce I'm independent." Girl, sit down. I hope Arizona sends you a clear. I hope you were. Oh, please run again so Arizona can do what only Arizonians can do, and that's to get your tail out of office. Be a lobbyist. Work as a janitor. I don't care, but I don't need you in the United States Senate. You make me sick. I don't like you. You do not tell the truth. You ran one thing and then you completely did the other. And that little curtsy you did on the $15 minimum wage, oh girl, nah, I will never forget that. I will never ever forget her thumbs down. How do you explain that? And as far as her meet with her constituents, nope, she's too busy having them arrested. She has her or running to the bathroom to hide from them. She doesn't want to talk to her constituents. She doesn't care about her constituents. This was pay attention to me. I want both sides to come to me. I want to be at the table. I want to be a player.
But on the other side, she was, this is a part that no one's giving her credit for. And I'm not trying to be like devil's advocate. And I'm just literally, I look at things from multiple sides because I don't give a damn about either party. So one of the things that I think she should get credit for is she intentionally waited until Warnock's race was done. Because if she had
just
made
to get
the
attention of herself,
no,
she just wanted the attention for herself.
Deeper than that. If she had made that announcement before, then it would have galvanized Republican activity here in Georgia because it would have went back to 50-50. So she waited until after so that she could play the numbers to her favor. So if she had gone early, she would have sunk the party in a way, and she would have been a villain immediately. But by doing it this way, she's like, hey, you're back to 50-50, but I'm still with you. So it's really 51-50. Nothing's really changing. I'm just changing what instead of a D, it'll say I. And so this was the nicest way to stab the party in the back that she could have done. And then she made this agreement with Schumer and them beforehand. They already knew.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like, none of this is unknown. All of us who pay attention to politics, we're literally like, will it be Joe Manchin or will it be Kyrsten Sinema? We already knew once you went 51-49, one of them two was going to make a move, right? So the media once again is spinning everybody's emotions up and lying to us by saying she shocked the world. No, she.
She didn't shock us, but
I got sick of
she's
that
an
line.
intention.
No.
She definitely did this for attention. It wasn't on her. She said, "I'm going to get it back on me." I will not be convinced otherwise.
Kyrsten Sinema
I'm not saying
shook
that's
up
not
the
true,
Senate.
but
Kyrsten Sinema shook up the Senate. I'm like,
Yep. Now everybody has to come to her.
Nah.
now everybody what?
Everybody has to come to her now.
But that was what she was doing before.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm
that
before.
Manchin
No, it
had
was
to
her
come.
and Manchin.
Anyway.
Because if Manchin now stays a Democrat, because he's not going to go anywhere now. He's going to stay put.
He's going to
not,
stay.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't benefit him to do anything. Now he stays put with the Democrats. Now she knows that they don't have that out. And now they're gonna both come to her. Oh yeah, she might have played herself because I think Arizona is gonna send her a resounding "girl bye" message. Because
I agree, because Arizona showed us in this midterm election that they make intelligent voting decisions. I'm not saying that just because we got what we wanted out of it. I'm saying that Arizona splits their ticket up. They actually vote based on who it is on their ballot. So that shows you that they're paying closer attention. And the Democrats crying about, oh, well, she's gonna split the vote because what if she takes 10% from the Democrat? Then y'all need to run better candidates. Stop sending these weak milquetoast garbage animals out here and then saying, well, vote for us because we're not them. Hey.
I done said many a times on this show, y'all need to start doing a lot better in the primaries, but no, we're gonna send the same person up there, and then we're gonna bitch them on that they ain't doing nothing. You kind of knew they wasn't gonna do nothing when they was running, but you voted them in a way. So I don't even know exactly how to help you get out of this situation. You keep letting the gate open and the dogs run out, knowing they gonna bite you, but then you complain that you got bit. How do I help you?
Because
I
they're
can
playing
go
the
put
game,
the dogs
man.
back into the gate, and I can close the gate, and here you go, sneaking back up to that gate again to open it right back up, and then, oh my God, I got bitten.
But see, for the way they do things in the Senate, so long as they can stay.
That was my Herschel Walker rant.
Up or down by 1 or 2, right? Mm-hmm. Either party, that's right where they want to be. Because you can always say, we can't do this because of them. We tried, but we couldn't because of that. So that's what they do. So they're happy. Going from 50-50 to 51-49, that let them take more committee chair seats so they can control what comes to the floor. But at the end of the day, they don't want to do anything either.
Yeah, because if they had 60 seats, kind of like the last time they had 60 senators, you didn't see much pass.
Well, that's because we didn't have it very long. So they had it long enough to save the economy from a complete meltdown and get the American Care Act out. And that was it. Like, that's it. And so now we got this tied up thing, because 51-49 is still tied. So we got this tied up thing, and this the last 2 years before a major election. Because if Biden runs again, they need to make sure he has no bad baggage behind him. So they're not going to do anything. They're going to do a lot of positioning. But they're not going to actually do anything. And then if Biden decides not to run, we won't know until about a year before the next election. Then they have to be able to make sure the new person has something to run with. So they're not going to do anything. We are done for the next 2 years.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Only thing that's going to pass is expansion of the military, expansion of wars, tax breaks for the rich. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Goodbye tax credits.
Hopefully they can stop the tax break part, but the Democrats want it too. So it's
because look how many Democrats and this is where I get really frustrated with the so-called squad. Look how many of them voted to increase military funding.
Well, what was the alternative?
You vote against it.
Okay, and then what? You get drugged. But that's not what you're there
for.
because the problem is they're not coming at this in a responsible manner. They do military funding in these big fat omnibus type things. So if you go in there and say, I'm not going to vote for it to the point that you can actually stop it from happening, because it would take a few of y'all to do that, you will be primary. You will lose your seat and you'll lose the vote. Because at the end of the day,
what are you there to do though? Are you there to make a difference and an impact? Or are you just there to win elections?
You got to pick your battles.
Because I wouldn't go. If I were in Congress, I wouldn't even go suspecting I'm going to come back. I'd be like, okay, somebody's going to beat me, so let me do as much as I can. I'm going to do everything that I can.
I would go in there fully expecting to not eat. Like, I would be the least active fundraiser you ever saw in your life, right? I'm there to do my job for the 2 to 6 years, whatever it is my role is. And then if the people reelect me, it's going to be like some old school fairy tale type stuff where they're like, wow, he really did these things. So obviously I'm going to get voted out. But that would be my approach too, Tracy. But I would vote for the defense spending bill because I have other things I have to fight for. This one, it's a no-win situation. One, we're playing with make-believe money, right? So all the money that we ever talk about, the debt, all of that, it's make-believe. It's not even real. It's just numbers that we put on a screen. Then on top of that, with the military thing, they just had an audit where they couldn't find 60% of the money. So
yeah, at least be like, no, I'm not passing up till y'all tell me where that money is. At least do that.
Can't do it because that money is done is in all these dark areas that
and
America
it doesn't
don't
even go to the soldiers. If it went to the soldiers, I'd be like, oh, okay.
And the contractors would just get rich.
But it ain't even that. It ain't even that. I know why they wouldn't do that, because now all of a sudden that funding becomes urgent. And we don't know how long it's going to take to find that money, but we need this money now. So we need to vote on it now, and we need to pass it now.
Yeah.